Good morning, Spruce Society. My name is Kelowna Giuliano, if we haven't met yet. Sorry for hopping on a couple minutes late, but today I'm really excited to share with you about women's health and hormones and some top young living oils and supplements that can be super helpful for us women, because we have a lot to work with, and let's dive in. So welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. If you are watching live, say hello. If you're watching the replay, you can hashtag replay. And it's always more fun when we are interactive during these classes. So I'll definitely be asking you to share some comments if you don't mind. I love hearing from you so that I can also tailor the class to your needs. And I will come back and answer questions later if I miss anything in the comments. So with the women's health and hormones, we have a lot to cover. Hormones play a huge role in our overall health and well-being, both physical and mental and emotional, right? They affect our mood, our metabolism, our energy level, our exercise tolerance, our skin, our hair, our sleep, right? And so much more. So we're just gonna jump in. I would love to hear if any of these things are things that you are experiencing. So if your hormones are running the show, you might be experiencing chronic fatigue, hair falling out, your hormones are just off. Maybe you feel lightheaded sometimes. Maybe you've lost your libido. You're moody and irritable more than normal, and maybe you crave sweet and salty foods. Maybe you have some of those, maybe you have all of those. If you have one or more of those, just put a 1 in the chat. Yes, I have those going on right now or happening regularly. It's just really possible that your hormones are running the show and they're wearing you out. And the more we learn, the better we can do. So that's why I'm here to share some things that we can do to feel better. Because if you're feeling anxious or annoyed, or you just feel like you need some help, your hormones are probably off and keeping you from living the most vibrant, healthy life that you could be living. So we're going to talk about thyroid hormones because they affect sex hormones. And then we're going to talk about adrenal hormones because they affect the thyroid, and sex hormones affect the adrenals. So when any one part of those are out of balance, the consequences wreak havoc on our entire endocrine system, like all of our hormones, because they're all totally connected. So first, the adrenal glands, they sit right on top of our kidneys. They're right above our kidneys, and they're that fight or flight response, which is great. When our ancestors were needing a burst of energy to get away from a lion or something, our adrenals, kick in, the hormones kick in, get us out of trouble. But unfortunately, with all of the stress that we are currently experiencing in our lives with our families, whatever is happening in the world or maybe in your community, we are starting to get to that fight or flight state and stay there. And it is totally exhausting us. And so it might be contributing to that feeling of being exhausted all the time, or your hair falling out. You just feel chronically tired, or you're that wired and tired, right? So you're tired all day, you're dragging, and then finally at night when you should be winding down to go to bed, you get a burst of energy and you clean your whole house, right? Or you wake up in the middle of the night and you're just not able to calm down when you should be sleeping. So sometimes those are adrenal symptoms. Disclaimer, nothing I'm sharing today, no Young Living products should ever replace getting proper medical care. If you need to see a healthcare practitioner, whether it's holistic or medical, whoever you go to, I think functional medicine doctors are wonderful. I think naturopaths are wonderful. There's so many ways that we can bring ourselves back into balance. And these are some of those ways that can work in conjunction with whatever you're doing, with your doctor. So I just wanted to make sure and say that little disclaimer. But estrogen and progesterone definitely play a huge role in our overall health. When we have chronic stress, when we have improper nutrition, our vitamin D levels are low, our gut can be unhealthy and out of balance. We can have yeast overgrowth, like all of that can definitely affect our estrogen and our progesterone. And then our thyroid affects our energy and our metabolism. So it's tough because there's usually a combination of these things happening at the same time. It's not just one thing that's out of balance. It's just like that domino effect, that one thing was out of balance and then now it's affecting. So it's it's all of it. So we'll get into some fun things that can help you though. So don't feel too sad if you have a lot of stuff going on. When estrogen and progesterone are out of balance, it can also cause uncomfortable symptoms during our monthly cycle, dietary sensitivities, hormonal acne, right? These are things that basically from puberty on, we might be dealing with all of these things wherever you are in your hormonal journey. So luckily, with like a holistic view of health, we can choose a low tox life, right? We can start to get toxins out of our home. We'll talk a little bit about how that affects everything, and we can help our bodies work as a whole. And that is really important when we see that we have all these tools and all these things that we can do to help our body. So, for example, like if you get a fever, the number one thing that people usually think to do is like, oh, I got to get this fever down. And again, I don't know everyone's individual health needs or what's going on with you, but in general, a fever is great because that's our body's response to burn off a virus and kill it. So our body's trying to kill the virus off. So if you're suppressing the fever, then your body doesn't get to fight off what it's supposed to fight off, right? So of course we can make our body more comfortable. We can try putting peppermint or lemon along the spine. There's lots of things we can do to kind of support our body when it's fighting something, but we don't always necessarily want to like stop it because our bodies are really wise and our bodies know what to do to keep us healthy. So that's just one example of like a holistic view of health. We know essential oils are amazing and how they work so well in the body. One of the ways they work so well is that they're fat soluble. So they actually penetrate the cell wall. And that's pretty fantastic. That's how they work so fast and so well, how they go through the blood-brain barrier and how they work really quickly and efficiently in our bodies. And we know this. We're all, most of us here have been using oils for a long time. In fact, type in the chat how long you've been using Young Living products. Like, it's just fun to see how long some people are just starting out and other people have been using the products for years, but type in the chat. And what I will say is I've been using Young Living products since 2012, and I am constantly learning new ways to use the oils, new ways to use the supplements. And so I love this community. I love learning from each other. I love hearing the comments and seeing the posts in this group, and just like the sharing and the camaraderie is like the best thing about this. And so keep sharing whenever you have a success story or whenever you have a question. Just keep sharing because the community needs to hear the experiences that you've had. That's how we all do better. So share how long you've been using Young Living oils and products. So I want to also share about supplements. We know that oils are amazing, and I'll get into some specific oils. But the supplements from Young Living are incredible too because they're infused with essential oils. And the benefit of having oils with vitamins and herbs and minerals is that the oils help our bodies absorb all of the nutrients better that are in those supplements. So it's super powerful, and I used to get a lot of supplements from like my health food store, and I would order them online, and I started replacing them with Young Living because Young Living supplements work very well, and I'm very particular about what I put in my body, as are you probably. So if you haven't tried a lot of the Young Living supplements, there are a lot, and a lot of great ones that can help with hormones. So number one, for supporting our physical body, whether you're feeling depleted or you're having issues with thyroid or progesterone, estrogen, or whatever it is, number one is Ningxia Red. So Ningxia Red is such an easy way to nourish your body because when your hormones are off, you're probably depleted in a lot of different areas. And even if you're changing around your dietary needs or you're very particular about what you're eating, it's hard to get enough nutrients from your food alone. And Ningxia, your body just like absorbs it super well. We know that wolfberry is the highest antioxidant food on the planet. So it has the highest ORAC. So if you look at the antioxidant, the ORAC scale, there's like all these different foods and different things that are on the ORAC scale. Wolfberry is the top of the charts. So it combats free radicals, and that's what causes aging and like the breakdown of things in our body. So Ningxia Red every day is a super easy way to start elevating your health and wellness and supporting your hormones, especially adrenal health. Like the kidneys and the adrenals love Ningxia. Wolfberries are great for that. They've been used in Chinese medicine for years. So Ningxia is great. The antioxidants, the minerals, the vitamins. I mean, Ningxia has the B vitamins in it, right? It's got trace minerals, amino acids, like our body loves Ningxia. So that's an easy way. And if you're already drinking Ningxia, maybe you start drinking more, right? Like if you're drinking 1 ounce or 2 ounces, drink 3 or 4 and see if you notice a difference. And the best thing when you're starting a new supplement or a new oil, do it every day. Do it every day for like a month or 2 and then see what you notice. Because sometimes it takes our body a while to start to get into balance if it's been out of balance and really depleted for a super long time. So give yourself a chance to kind of feel those benefits. Next is green omegas. So omegas are super important because hormones are literally made from fats. So I don't know if you're my age, I'm 48. And I know that when I was a kid, everybody was into like fat-free, right? That was like a huge thing, fat-free. I think the tables have turned now, and nutrition, trends and studies and things like that have shifted, and people are more aware that we really do need a lot of healthy fats for our brain and for just our hormones in our body to function properly. And just a personal story from me, I grew up vegan, mostly vegetarian, and I just recently, in the last couple of years, started eating meat and dairy. And I noticed a huge shift in my hormones, like huge, just lighter cycles. I was like super heavy bleeding ever since I had kids. My kids are 16 and 18, so I've been heavily bleeding for like a long time and managed with oils and supplements to some degree, but I noticed a whole new level of balance for my body. This might not be true for everyone when I started eating meat and dairy. That doesn't resonate with everyone, but I'm just sharing because if what you're doing is not working, you might need to do the opposite, right? Someone else might thrive on a more vegetarian diet and less. But I'm just saying that healthy fats, wherever you're getting them from, maybe it's avocado, maybe it's, diet, but we just sometimes don't get enough from our diet anyway. So the green omega from Young Living is amazing because they used to do the omegas from fish, but they went to the source of what the fish were eating, and that's the algae. And so it's a super great supplement, just helps with like brain health and heart health and just really good omega-3s. So our body needs those fats, and so that's a really easy way to supplement. Next is Super B. Who takes Super B? I'm actually drinking the Inner Boost and Balance right now. I don't know if you've tried the new, it's really nice just to be able to like drink your vitamins sometimes. And there's B vitamins in this, but the Super B tablets are awesome. And Super B is a daily must-have for energy, especially for anyone with hormone stuff, because it has nutmeg oil in it. It has time-release B vitamins. So I don't know if this ever happened to you before, but when I was a kid, my mom would make me take B vitamins, and I would burp up the taste of them like all day long, and it made me so nauseous, and it made me feel so sick. And so as I got older, I was like, ugh, I will never take B vitamins. Those are awful. Like my body doesn't agree with them. Enter Young Living Super B. I can totally take Super B and I don't burp up the taste because the way they have made this supplement is that they release very slowly as they're absorbing. So it's not all being released at once. And that way you can digest it and assimilate it a lot better. And of course, it's got the essential oils in it too. So it's super nourishing for your endocrine system, great for your cardiovascular system, your mood. So I would highly recommend Super B if you're not doing B vitamins yet. Also, B vitamins, it's interesting because they need to be replenished because they're water soluble, so they're not stored in the body. They just like constantly, if you notice, when you start taking B vitamins, your pee is going to turn fluorescent yellow. That's totally normal because you just flush out whatever you don't need. So we need to replenish those Bs every day. So that's a super easy daily supplement. You take it with food. Next is mineral essence. So I actually have mineral essence in my Inner Boost and Balance drink here. Minerals, we, like I was saying, from our food, we just, no matter how good you're eating, you probably aren't getting enough minerals. And it's been said that you can trace any disease, any dis-ease in your body can be traced back to a mineral deficiency. So the minerals that used to be in the soil when like our grandparents and our great-grandparents were alive, they're not in the soil anymore because of traditional farming and many different reasons. The vitamins are not being absorbed, the minerals are not being absorbed into, you know, the vegetables and the food like they used to. So we need to supplement, we need to add them. And mineral essence is incredible because it's like a full spectrum ionic mineral complex. It has zinc, boron, iron, magnesium, selenium, calcium, potassium, and like other, you know, supplements from Young Living, it's got essential oils in it. So it has cinnamon bark, peppermint, and lemon, and they help support healthy digestion. So I know like some people get really depleted and they're not absorbing iron, and then this has happened to me before. Doctors will prescribe like iron supplements and you're still just like not really absorbing it. Mineral essence is actually a great source of iron, and it's so easy to digest. You're not going to get the stomach upset or the, you know, gastrointestinal stuff, constipation and all of that. So it's a great way to just support your immune system, your hormone levels, and it also contains antioxidants. So definitely try mineral essence if you haven't. Some people struggle with the flavor. So if you don't like the taste of it, one thing, I don't taste it much if I add it to Inner Boost. I don't taste it if I add lemon and I add Vitality drops, the stevia and the sweetness, like something about that. And I put it in like a ton of water. And sometimes I'll add Ninja, but like lemon, Vitality drops, or Inner Boost and Balance like masks the flavor of the minerals if you don't like that. Another option is you can add it to your bath. You can rub it behind your knees, like you could put it in a capsule and swallow it. There's all kinds of ways people get tricky with mineral essence, but just get it in your body because it's amazing for nourishing your endocrine system and just whole body energy and health. Okay, anyone, type a 2 in the chat if you've ever suffered with hot flashes, cramps, PMS, or like that she-dragon within, you know, a lot of us have suffered with emotional and physical discomfort around our cycle and just as we move through perimenopause into menopause for some of us. So, you know, it's pretty common for women to experience these, but some people it's very debilitating, right? And so people struggle with trying to figure out how can they manage this. And so there's a lot that can be done. Some causes of those symptoms are definitely lack of sleep, overall inflammation in the body, psychological and physical stress. So there's a lot we can do to kind of manage our stress, which can help. But a lot of it's out of our control. Like you can sleep more and you can, meditate or pray or do what you need to calm yourself down, but still we need a little more help. So we are lucky enough to have some wonderful oils in our toolbox that can help specifically our endocrine system come back into balance so that we don't struggle as much with those symptoms. So first is Endogize and Endoflex. So Endoflex I actually just put it on over my thyroid this morning. I have a roller on mine and I keep it on my bathroom counter and I'll just roll it over the front of my neck, which is where your thyroid is. And Endoflex is a blend that I think it smells delicious. It has spearmint in it and that aroma smells really uplifting and like really good to me, but it's really great for balancing out thyroid hormones, even if you don't have a thyroid, even if you don't have some of these organs that we're talking about, you can still use the supplement and the oil that helps bring you back into balance. You probably even need more help, right? So Endoflex is great for supporting healthy thyroid. It helps, energy, metabolism, that's a good one, with spearmint oil. And then Endogize is a supplement that you take, and it's like a capsule that has herbs, it has ashwagandha and different other herbs and essential oils in it, and that can be something that you can try as well. And some of this is just kind of trial and error. It's seeing what your body needs. If you have access to anyone who has a Zyto, either the new Zyto Link where you scan your face, or the Zyto Compass where you scan your hand, or an iTovi, you can get a scan and then you can see where your body's out of balance and what you need. That's a helpful way to do that. If you know anyone in Young Living who can help you with those, that's helpful to kind of pare down exactly what you need for the moment. But otherwise you can play around with some of these. So Endogize, Endoflex, let me see. Yeah, so here's a little protocol. Happy Hormone Habit. You can apply Endoflex, the oil, daily over your thyroid. Again, I like to put the roller on mine. And then you can also apply it over your kidneys, like over your adrenal area, which is like your lower back. You kind of just put your hands right here. That's about where your kidneys or adrenals are. You can also put it on the soles of your feet. And then you can take Endoflex. You can also add like 20 drops of Endoflex to Epsom salts and soak either your feet or in the bath. But if you pair Endoflex and Endogize, that's like, I think you'll probably notice a big change if you're suffering with some of those things that we mentioned. So let's talk about estrogen and progesterone. These are our sex hormones, and they can be affected by our diet, by our environment, by, our skin products, like what we're using. There's a lot of things out there that have a lot of toxic chemicals that actually block endocrine receptors, specifically for like estrogen. And so things are kind of taking up the spot where estrogen should go, but it's a toxic chemical. So that's why we're like cutting toxic chemicals out, replacing them with Thieves Cleaner and natural laundry soap and dish soap and skincare products, like all of our personal care products and things that we can get from Young Living. We know that they don't have fragrances and these different toxic chemicals that really disrupt our hormones. Like if anyone's struggling with hormones health and they have not swapped out laundry soap, dish soap, personal care products, like that's a great place to start, and just do it gradually. Or if you're guiding anyone through this, you can have them do it gradually. Like start with Thieves Cleaner and get rid of your cleaner, then do your laundry, then do your dish soap, then do your skincare. But that's huge. So progesterone is produced in the ovaries and in the adrenal glands, and it's stored in fat. So it's not just for our reproductive system, but progesterone is also for our nervous system. So this is why we can feel so like out of control and out of sync when our progesterone is too low. And it's not just needed by women like during childbearing years, it's part of female nature. Like women just need progesterone. So estrogen comes into the picture because it's just something it's part of the puzzle, but like I was saying, we get so much of it from the plastics and the chemicals and things like that, and it's just wreaking havoc on our body. So we need to make sure that we are getting the proper estrogen and progesterone balance. And a couple of products that can really help with that are Progessence Plus. So raise your hand if you use Progessence Plus, or drop in the chat like how long you've been using it, what you notice from it. So Progessence Plus is a serum from Young Living that has wild yam and essential oils, peppermint, frankincense, and it is a game changer for a lot of women. Starting at like 13 years old and going all the way through menopause. Like I know a lot of women who have completely turned around the way they feel physically mentally and emotional by just using Progestins Plus regularly. I have a roller on mine, and every single night before I go to bed, I either roll it on my neck, my forearms, my abdomen, my inner thighs. You just kind of rotate where you apply it, and it just helps your body to be more in balance if you are low in progesterone. And as we age, all of our hormones start to drop. Everything drops. So we're needing to kind of bolster and give ourselves more of everything. Again, you may need to go get blood work, urine tests, whatever you need to do to go figure out your hormone levels with your doctor. But we're just talking about natural ways to support you. So also, Femigen is another Young Living supplement that you can use to help kind of bring you into balance, bring that progesterone and estrogen into balance. So here's some happy hormone habits. Apply Progestins Plus daily, take Femigen twice daily, and then, of course, continuing to do your Names Your Red, your Mineral Essence, Super B, and Omega-3s. And if that sounds like a lot, literally pick one thing, pick one thing that you're going to do new that you haven't tried yet, because you'll probably notice a huge difference if you just do one thing. So Femigen is a supplement that you take twice a day. It also has wild yam in it, and it has dong quai, amino acids, clary sage, fennel, ylang ylang, and sage essential oils. And it just helps basically nourish our reproductive system all the way through menopause. So it might be really helpful in specifically balancing that estrogen. Okay, next, if anyone has thyroid trouble, so you could have an overactive thyroid or you could have an underactive thyroid. And the thyroid is like a butterfly-shaped gland that is in the front of our neck, and it's can balance our metabolism and our energy level. I mean, it can affect our breathing, our heart rate, our nervous system, our body weight, our muscle, energy, menstrual cycles, body temperature, cholesterol levels. That's just a few things that the thyroid manages. So like if you're overweight or underweight, or if your energy is, super low, or, you're that wired kind of feeling, all of this can be thyroid stuff. So without our thyroid, we are not doing well. Like we are struggling if our thyroid is really off in one direction or the other. But there's a lot we can do to work with balancing our thyroid. One is a supplement from Young Living called Thyromin, and it's just a great supplement that combines essential oils and herbs and glandular thyroid. And so that could be something that is super helpful for you. You can either take it in the morning or in the evening. Other thyroid helping oils are myrtle, myrrh, Idaho blue spruce, and nutmeg. And yeah, those can be really helpful. Another thing is the supplement Powergize. And originally I thought Powergize was for men. It's not only for men. So women can take that too. And it's amazing for adrenal health. So when I feel like I'm running a little low on energy, or I'm just kind of needing a little boost or something, I will actually rub the essential oil blend NRG, NRGEE, over my adrenals, and I will take Powergize, 2 Powergize capsules, and I am like back in action. Like that really does it for me. So it might be something to try. Also nutmeg essential oil. Gary Young used to talk about swiping it on the inside of your cheek when you want an energy boost. Sometimes I'll just put a drop under my tongue, or again, you could rub it over your adrenals. You could put a drop in your diffuser. You could diffuse energy and add a little extra nutmeg in there. But first thing in the morning, Thyromin is a good thing to take if you are really needing thyroid support. And then some people, if they need adrenal support, find that it helps them when they take it at night. So you'll have to see how you feel best, but either taking Thyromin first thing in the morning or first thing before you go to bed at night. How are you guys doing? I know this is like so much information, but hopefully it's really helpful. A couple more really great supplements from Young Living. If you are under a tremendous amount of stress, I'm talking the big ones, moving, divorce, death of close friends or family members, like those big life, like real stressors, or maybe just the pile up of day-to-day stress has gotten you to a point where you're just not operating well, right? Those types of situations require, or maybe greatly helped by using the supplement Cortistop. So Cortistop is incredible. You take it first thing in the morning and before you go to bed. You take it for a short period of time. I think it's like 30 days, and then you take a break. And then you can, take it again. But I remember the first time I went on a Young Living retreat, I was talking to a diamond in Young Living, one of the top leaders, and she asked me, "What's your favorite Young Living product?" And I was like, I don't know, one? Like, do you have one? She's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "What is it?" And she said Cortistop. And at the time I was like, what's Cortistop? Like, I had no idea what that was. And that was her favorite supplement. So of course I was like, I guess I need to put Cortistop on my list of supplements to try because I hadn't heard of it. And sure enough, there was a time in my life where I really needed Cortistop. There's been a couple times, and it has really, really helped me. So if you feel like you're dealing with chronic stress and that's really wearing you down, you may need to bring yourself back into balance with that, because as cortisol declines, we need our body we need more balance so that we don't get super depleted. Brings us back into a state of equilibrium. It contains pregnenolone and DHEA, which are precursors that all hormones are made from. So it's like bolstering you and supporting you in that. And then PD 80/20. So I don't know if anyone has taken PD 80/20, but it is another supplement that people really swear by with hormone balance, and you can try it. It's another thing to add to your list. It also contains pregnenolone and DHEA in that 80/20 ratio, and that's why it's called that. And so that might be something that helps you with your memory and just your energy and all of that. So pregnenolone is a pre-hormone that serves as a precursor to all of the other hormones, including cortisol, progesterone, DHEA, and it really has an impact on like your energy and your memory and mood and emotions. So, all right. So we talked about energy. We talked about Endoflex. Okay, here's a couple other ones that are helpful. So sclerescence is another really helpful thing that you can try. There is also Prenolone Plus body cream. So Prenolone Plus, have you heard of this? I mean, some people have never even heard of Prenolone Plus, but it has DHEA in it, and that can be really helpful, like we were talking to above, because it's the precursor to estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. And so DHEA also prevents bone loss, which is something that a lot of women struggle with. It improves estrogen production, it lowers inflammation, and it improves heart health. So the DHEA might be really helpful for you or for someone who's needing that. And sclerescence is an essential oil blend that has clary sage, it has peppermint, and it has Spanish sage and fennel. And it's really rich in phytoestrogen oils. That's what those oils are. So phytoestrogens are compounds that are like similar to human estrogen. So like I was saying, all of our hormones tend to drop as we age. And so even though a lot of women have too much estrogen, not enough progesterone, and we need all that progesterone, a lot of us need both. And so we need to constantly be giving our bodies kind of alternating both so that we have enough to feel good and function properly. So we might need both. We might need one or the other. I love using sclerescence or even just clary sage. I will rub it over my abdomen at bedtime. Clary sage is also really calming for your nervous system, and so maybe I'm just kind of attracted to the aroma of it or the calming effect of it. It's like used when you're feeling anxious. It can be really helpful to calm you down and also support healthy estrogen levels. So I hope that was helpful. That's a lot of info about hormones, lots of different oils, lots of different supplements. I would love to hear if you want to comment below with one thing that you are going to try or do differently from all of this info. And then maybe you can report back in this group after you've been using it for 30 days or 60 days, and you can think about how you feel right now, start using something new, and then make yourself a little note in your phone to kind of reassess the same things that you are maybe complaining about or not happy with, and see how you feel in 30 to 60 days and give us like an update. I always think that's fun because we don't really pay attention a lot of times when we feel good. Right? We only pay attention when we feel bad in our body. We're like, oh, what's wrong with me? Oh my gosh. But one thing I like to remember, when your body's feeling off and you're feeling bad, like whatever it is, brain fog or hot flashes or emotional upset, whatever, anxious, depressed, whatever you're feeling, even though it's uncomfortable, thank your body. Thank you for giving me those cues so I can do something about it, right? Because there's something that you can do about it to help you feel better. And I truly believe that we can heal from anything and everything if we have the right support, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual balance. So I hope you learned something today that's going to help you feel more comfortable in your body and more balanced. And I will go back and answer questions in the comments later. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye. Thank you.